And I did record the.
That are false to this.
I recorded the call.
Criminalizing himself.
I recorded the call. And no, I'm not. I'm not.
You know what, Mr. You might as well stop right now.
I have the text
because
message.
no, I'm going to tell you. I don't know if you're misunderstanding something or what. I'm not going to believe it, and I'm not going to hear you. I'm not going to hear you. I don't know what you How do you not understand what I'm telling you?
Brad walked into court acting arrogant and full of lies. He's charged with assaulting a witness, but instead of staying quiet, he tried to make a deal with the witness's lawyer so the witness wouldn't testify. Then, to make things worse, he filed charges against that same witness, like he was trying to flip the case around. The whole hearing turned into a mess, and Judge Simpson clearly wasn't buying his story. Honestly, from the start it was hard to tell who was right or wrong, but let's break it down and watch.
There's a pending case where Mr. Kwasny is the defendant of an AMD against Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee contacted Mr. Rabo and offered to essentially not testify in that case if Mr. Kwasny agreed not to testify in this case. There are statements that are essentially saying, in exchange for Mr. Kwasny, victim in this case, not testifying, I will also not testify. With that said, of course, I think it's appropriate to have an adjournment. Mr. Burgess agrees with that.
But does that recording indicate that?
Yes, Your Honor, have you
okay. I myself have not listened to the recording. I was just asked to stand in on behalf of Mr. Burgess. He's at a hearing in Lansing. However, I did speak to Mr. Lee about it today. Mr. Lee indicates he indicated some of the content of the conversation to me. He also indicated, just FYI, that he himself recorded it.
But just so that I have this right, the defendant, because of something else, is urging, enticing, or in some other way interfering with testimony of witnesses in this case.
I can't agree to that characterization because I haven't heard it. I don't know.
Well, you want to listen to, because that's what I'm being told.
But yes, I understand. I understand that is what's being presented. I also want to indicate that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Mr. Lee has indicated to me some things. I have advised him to be careful of what he would want to say to Your Honor, but he seems to feel that he needed to make that phone call because he wants to move to have Mr. Burgess removed and he wants to get a different attorney. Mr. Lee has indicated to me he also wants to address the court. I again did advise him I would not go into the content of that conversation as there could be potential pending new charges. With that said, Mr. Lee, what is it you wanted to say?
Yes, Judge. I indicated to, what's her name?
Ms. Rubio.
To Ms. Rubio that for a little bit over a month, I contacted my attorney, Mr. Burgess, and I instructed him to contact the lawyers from both sides, the prosecution and the other side that represented Mr. Kwasny, and I instructed him to offer a plea or to negotiate some sort of settlement, and he indicated that he would do that. He indicated that he had done that. He indicated that he had reached out to Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor regarding making some sort of plea agreement. Him and I discussed what that could be. And so now, fast forward, yesterday, I contacted Mr. Burgess and I said, hey, have you reached out or have you heard anything from Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor? He said, and he indicated that he had not heard anything and that he had reached out to both attorneys multiple times. I knew that to be a lie. I suspected that to be a lie. And I knew that if I were to have him or to ask you to have him removed or substituted, that I would have to prove under Strickland versus Washington that he.
I don't know. Are you a lawyer?
I was.
Mr. Lee, no. To my knowledge, no.
So I knew that I had to prove that he was.
Things are looking really bad for him now. The moment the prosecutor said, "You might want to stop talking," That basically meant he was in big trouble. But of course, he kept talking and making it worse. The prosecutor even has video proof of him trying to mess with the plea deal, which is totally illegal. That's like leaving fingerprints at a crime scene and being surprised when you get caught. His lawyer should have told him to stop because everything he says just makes him look guiltier. Witness tampering isn't a small crime. It's a serious felony that could mean years in prison, especially since it's tied to an assault case. The defense keeps pretending it's a gray area, but it's not. It's completely illegal. At this point, the only person who still thinks he has a chance is the defendant himself.